What a wasteful game this planet has for a pass game.
Pastime. He spelled it wrong, though.
Yeah.
Flesh and blood creatures compete to see who can commit the perfect crime. I have invaded the mind of one who thinks he has won. He had others in the position of blame. He operates smooth, but I will show him his fatal mistake. So, he is Spock. He's doing the Vulcan mind meld.
Yeah, he can read everyone's mind. He can go into their minds and tell them to do things. This elf keeper's really, powerful.
He left loose ends, and he cannot return to tie them. The investigators will find his employer and those conspirators involved. But it will always be him, the great international assassin, who will serve as a scapegoat, sacrificed to the dreadful high price of justice. Oh,
Shit!
I'm seeing elves again. Time I should go anyway. Wish my woman was here for me to kiss goodbye. Blam!
Now, would they have a welcome mat like there in a tenement building? And what's that beside the welcome mat?
A newspaper. Who does that go to? The entire building?
Yeah, exactly.
An apartment complex.
I know.
Here you go, guys. I trust you'll take turns.
Yeah, and there's a welcome mat. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Okay, can I read the first panel like I would have read it?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh shit! I'm seeing elves again.
All right, so the elf keeper's keeping tabs on the assassin and making sure he's going to pay, I guess, for his crimes. And now the assassin's been assassinated. This is weird because if the elf keeper keeps tabs on all the crimes in the world, wouldn't there be a lot less crime? Or is it just these crimes? You know what I mean?
The fact that there's even an elf keeper in this universe at all.
Alright, so who shot him? That's the question, right? And we're going to find out in the next panel.
Alright, next panel, go! Thank you, my dear. You earned a spot in my harem. The man you shot was no one special, only an ex-employee of mine. You once lived around here, did you not?
Yes, in that same apartment, as a matter of fact.
The end!
Her boobs are really out of proportion with her head. And her head looks like Jontar's head. Is it Jontar in disguise?
No, it's not.
Jontar in drag. He did have those big boobs we saw in that one panel.
So do you guys follow the story? Do you kind of get what was going on here?
No.
What the fuck did I just read?
Are you serious? Okay, well, this is the girl right at the beginning who the assassin thought he was helping her out, remember? And she gave him the keys to her apartment. Remember that?
Why are there harems in a comic for everyone?
Okay, but the thing is, she betrayed the assassin. The assassin thought she was working for him, but she's really working for this sheik guy. And you'll find out more about that in the next issue.
Okay, Tony could have explained that a little better.
Who?
Whoever wrote this.
Bill?
I see this signature on the bottom right.
That's the artist.
Oh.
Bill W. Miller wrote it.
Right, he just throws in all this stuff, but then he doesn't explain it properly.
Yeah, but I hope I explained it well enough for you.
You just watch it happen.
You ready for the next page?
There's more, but this is the end.
There's more pages.
Oh boy, okay, let's get on with it. Reader's reaction. This should be interesting.
I think so.
Bend yours to... Oh,
Send yours.
Might as well be bend yours. After reading this cesspool.
So I want to tell everybody, though, this is the author writing this page. The author of the story we just read.
Billy G. Miller, 602 North Jefferson, Watseka, Illinois, 60970. His docs!
Well, that's his dad, remember. But they both probably lived there, I'm guessing, at that time.
Will be printed as space permits.
Right, so they're going to print letters, and I think you're really going to enjoy the letters in the next issue.
Oh.
Can you imagine what the letters will be like? That they got on this book?
No.
Well, you'll find out in the next issue. Go ahead.
I thought about composing a long, insightful essay on why you readers should buy this book. But since the Jontar saga will become more complex in each consecutive issue, I feel that I should keep my editorial short and concise.
Wait. Shouldn't he actually write more then to explain it to us?
Well, concise, that doesn't necessarily mean less. Concise just means what's necessary. But I doubt that really applies to this writer.
Okay.
Jontar is a book where any genre can work in any given issue. This first one, for example, was a crime drama. Next issue will be an adventure with a dash more fantasy, while Jontar 3 will be a horror story with mad dogs, human scarecrows, and the origin of the elf keeper. What's your reaction, Paramultart? I'm speechless too.
Sounds like he's got some interesting things in store, though.
In the 6th issue, Jontar will team up with the Nevada super cop known as Lawmaster, alias Lee Cavett. Lee resides in his home atop Mount Justice, a secret installation operated by the International Detective Agency. This meeting will directly tie into the continuity of the series, the main story being one of political espionage and supernatural elves. Political espionage and supernatural elves.
Yeah. By the way, that 6th issue never occurred, right? He never got that far, so that never happens, what he just said. Because he never got there.
But just hearing political espionage and supernatural elves in a sentence.
He was trying to combine all these different genres. It didn't work very well, though.
You will also learn more about Jontar, who was raised by his father to be a barbarian. What? Is that why he's called a streetwise barbarian on the front cover?
Yeah.
But, like, how? This is supposed to be... Where does this take place? In the 1980s America? Like,
I think so.
A barbarian? What? I must be honest now, and mention an error on page 22. Oh, one error?
Yeah, he only found one error.
The gangster speaking to Dean Dolchek should have been the one that Dolph Emerson slugged on page 20. What? That's the error?
Yeah.
We are sorry about this, and we hope you can forgive us. You've got to be kidding. At present, I am creating a science fiction series about a future generation gap called The Children, and a Western series called The Ride of Jed Herper. In the meantime, ask your friends to try Jontar and have them and yourself write us. Creator/writer, Bill W. Miller.
Both of those never got published. The Children or The Ride of Jed Harper. I can only imagine what they would have been like.
Oh, they might have made more sense.
I doubt it.
Readers react.
Oh, I was just going to tell them. This text page is written by Bill W. Miller's father, Billy G. Miller, the publisher.
Readers reaction number 2. Let us know what you think of Jontar 1? Question mark. Your likes, your dislikes, criticisms, comments. Let us have it all. We are interested in our readers and what you want. We hope to satisfy your needs and desires for your reading enjoyment. Letters of a clean and wholesome nature will be published in Jontar number 2, as space permits. So deal with the issues at hand. Help us to give you a more satisfying book. If Jontar is not available in stores in your area, ask your store manager to contract the publisher. Oh, ask your store manager to contact the publisher, who will refer him to a distributor who is serving that area and can make it available on a regular basis. If you want a direct subscription mailed to your door, please refer to the subscription information in the classified ad section. Gift subscriptions are also available to your friends who are not able to get Jontar in their area. Let us know what is going on out there. Thank you, the publisher.
Can you imagine? They thought people were going to give gift subscriptions of Jontar to their friends. Like, here's your Christmas present. You know, Jontar.
Maybe gullible old people like, I thought you might enjoy this, young man.
I love these classified ads, too. I love them. I love everything in this comic. It's just hilarious. So any reactions to that? Billy G. Miller's little call to readers for the reactions? Like I said, we're going to get to see the reactions of the readers in the next issue.
He has an egregious misuse of question marks.
Yeah. He's like his son in a lot of ways, I think.
Classified advertisements. Comics of Honor. A treatise on fandom. Viewing it as a good cause. Offset printing. Bonus features in back. Please send $1 plus 50 cents for postage. Rick Ho, 217 Burroughs Avenue, Beaufort, SC 29902. Attention distributors and subscription services in all areas. Inquiries invited. Jontar 6 issue series now available. Published quarterly. Guaranteed delivery. For terms contract. Publisher Mature Magic. Billy G. Miller. 602 North Jefferson, Watseka, Illinois. 60970.
Now, it's funny that they say it's now available because They weren't, obviously. I guess they figured they were going to do the 6 issues, but it only got to 4, the first series. So, just want to comment on that. Now, these next group ads, I can't even understand what they're for. If you can explain this to me, being a tech guy or something, let me know. But I think it's funny, though.
Oh, my voice is getting tired. Can you read it?
Sure. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Electronic kits that really work. It's fun to break into electronics with these great and novel kits. Soldiering required. Build and learn. Materials and instructions. Kit number 1, LED flasher. Multi-vibrator circuits, dual kit. The basic memory and computers. Only $6.95 PPD. So what does that mean? He says this is the kit for the basic memory and computers. The basic memory and computers is an LED flasher? What does that mean?
And soldiering required?
Does
They need
anybody
soldiers to help them?
What would you get when you ordered that? I don't even, what is that? Do you know?
What is it?
An LED flasher with multi-vibrator circuits, dual kit. He says it's the basic memory in computers.
What?
Yeah, I know.
News to me.
It's a guy selling kits that lives near the publisher. It's probably some weird guy in this old house or something selling these kits.
You want to fill the computer?
Yeah, exactly. Because listen to the next kit. Kit number 2, mosquito scarer. With oscillator circuits, this tone generator said to be the cry of an injured mosquito, thus repelling the biting female.
So it puts off like a frequency that repels insects?
I guess so. Only $7.95 PPD.
Mosquitoes won't bite the skin of something with another mosquito dying on it?
Yeah, I don't get it. It's weird. What's an oscillator circuit?
I don't know.
An oscillator, doesn't that, work in like a loop or something?
I don't know. Maybe it just makes the cry of the injured mosquito over and over again.
When something oscillates, it kind of rotates, doesn't it?
So apparently, if you have this kit in your backyard and you're outside and you're like, I'm going to put on the old mosquito scarer, then you're not going to get bitten by a mosquito. You don't have to put on mosquito what do you put that lotion on? You know? You could put on this electronic oscillator thing, and it will make the cry of an injured mosquito, and you'll never get bitten.
Oh,
I somehow think that wouldn't work. What do you think?
Yeah, because I used to believe that if you left the corpses of bugs, it would be a warning to others. So, like, I would leave smashed up spiders and ants and stuff, and because I've had like really bad ant problems, and so like I would take like a big flat object and just smash them and just leave like a solid black slab of dead ants, and then the next day see even more ants just like walking around them, and spiders will actually eat like dead spiders, so it's really counterproductive to do that.
Okay. Well, here's the next kit. Kit number 3, buzzer. Mechanical buzzers and magnetism. Wind your own coils. Only $5.95.
What?
I don't know. What is that? He's saying like wind your own coils as that's a fun thing to do, apparently.
And he's selling magnetism with it?
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone have their own magnetic pole already?
I guess, and I guess these are just buzzers. I don't know what you do with them. I mean, you can wind your own coils and to make them, I guess. Anyway, kit number 4, notch filter, radio frequency Regitron circuits, can dramatically improve reception on FM, TV, and cable channels, which have interference, which he has in quotation marks. Only $9.95. So I guess that makes sense. You know, if you get a notch filter, you'll have better reception on your television and cable and radio. To order, specify kit numbers and enclosed check or money order for total amount. Send to kits. Jesse Haskins, Rail Route 1, Box 45, Watseka, Illinois, 60970. So if he's on Rail Route 1, doesn't that mean he lives like out in the middle of nowhere? Any comments on that?
Oh God, can this be over?
I think it's fascinating that ad, don't you?
My brain
Bill?
just turned off in the middle of that.
Okay. Do you want me to keep reading? Or
Yeah.
I'll keep reading. Okay. Individual direct subscriptions. Jontar, 3 issues, $5.25, delivered to your door by mail. Other issues will be offered at a later date. Collector's back issues, available subject to stock on hand. Gift subscriptions available also. Send orders to Billy J. Miller. He sort of likes putting his address in here. 602 North Jefferson, Watseka, Illinois, 60970. This is the 4th time it's shown up in this comic. For classified ad rate, send self-addressed stamped envelope to B.G. Miller, 602 North Jefferson, Watseka, Illinois, 60970. See, the 5th time, right after the 4th time. You'd think there'd be a more efficient way of doing that.
There's one more page left. Is it the back cover?
This is the back cover. So this is pretty exciting. So you read this one.
Alright.
It's a preview of the next issue.
Join us next issue for Camel Gold. What? Camel Gold?
Camel toe.
Oh, Camel Gold.
Jontar versus Arabian soldiers on Temple Island, the home of the petrified elves. Plus, the secret of this mystery woman is revealed.
Pretty
You
exciting,
mean
huh?
that the mystery woman is actually Jontar in drag?
No, it's the other woman. But you see this? We're going to have camel gold. Statues of golden camels are going to play a part. And the home of the petrified elves. That means that on Temple Island, the elves are actually petrified. So they're frozen into place.
My brain. Caramel Tart, what are you doing? This whole comic just bombards me with random stupid. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm glad this is done. So, closing statement. This author is really out there, but he doesn't know how to tell a story.
I agree with that. What do you think of the artist in the first issue, anyway?
The artist... It's kind of mixed results, really.
Yeah, I think the second one's better. I know the second one's better, actually.
It's just... Why does the woman have Jontar's head?
I never noticed that till you said it.
Was he that lazy?
I guess he just... I don't know. just like drawing that. I mean, it's, I don't know. Maybe he didn't know how to draw a woman very well, so he just drew Jontar, shaped head like it's a woman. I don't know.
And this comic just asserts that this is acceptable for all ages and was very considerate not to offend anybody. And it's filled with so many bizarre things, including foul language, violence, references to sluts, harems, and the mafia, and gay men having an affair, and it's comics just all over the place.
It is. I think he tried to cram too much into one story because he wanted it to be the epic that could span all genres. Like he said in his text page, he figured any genre can work in this comic book because it's so all-encompassing.
And what's the deal with elves? What is the author's obsession with them?
I guess elves were really popular in the mid-'80s in comic books because ElfQuest was a really successful black and white independent comic book. So that might be why.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it was a really successful one.
It's full of hilarious lines, though.
Yeah, unintentionally hilarious, for sure.
Paramount, do you have any closing words?
I think he left.
Paramount,
he kind of randomly comes and goes.
Well, that was Jontar. And unfortunately, the Lime Popsicle has... How many issues of this do you have, Lime Popsicle?
I have, including this one, I have 8. 8 of the 9 issues.
So I have to look forward to reading 7 more of these.
That's right.
Guess who I brought in here?
I know.
Paramount, do you have anything to say in closing about Jontar?
Number 1.
Thank God it's over.
That's pretty much what I said in a nutshell.
Well, I liked it.
Well, that's it for Jontar number 1. Tune in next time when... Are we going to read Jontar number 2 next? Or are we going to read Oil Man or Earth Man?
Guys, I don't have any time to do any more tonight.
I don't mean right now.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to do? Which one would you rather do next?
Well,
What do you mean?
How many Oil Man and Earth Man comics are there?
1.
Okay. We'll do one of those next.
Alright,
Then
that
do
sounds
another Jontar, and we'll plan it as it goes along.
For what? Okay.
So that's it for Jontar. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good day.